Up, squad, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I'm gonna like really intensely shuffle this deck while I tell you guys what's going on right now in my life, but I'm really excited, guys. I'm about to hit 100K, so I decided to book a trip to Chicago. So I'm going to be out there from the 18th to the 22nd. I don't know if I'll hit 100K by then, but if not, it's still gonna happen eventually. So I just want to celebrate with y'all, and I want to say, thank you for just being so supportive. You guys know that you're my home base. Taurus Squad is what it's about. So, with that being said, I'm going to be doing something the 21st. So, if you guys are out there in Chicago, look out for any announcements. I'm going to post something on YouTube. I'll make a video. And then on Instagram as well, High Vibrations 44. Check me out. I'll let you guys know where I end up going. Let's have a drink together. Let's have a shot together. Let's just have a good time, all right, y'all? So, I would love for you guys to come out and to meet you guys if you're from that area. All right, so let's see what's going on for us in April. Now, this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Taurus signs. Okay, and keep in mind that all the energies could be transferable, so it could be something that another person is doing to you, or maybe something that you're doing, okay? All right, so let's see, squad, what's up? And hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. I had my AC unit break yesterday, so I've been using my fan, because I do not like a warm house. I really like my house to be super, super cold, like an ice pick. Not an ice pick, like an ice cube, not an ice pick. But so you need an ice pick to be in the house. All right, I'm gonna shut up. But yes, so this is just really unbearably hot for me. My house is like 75 degrees and I'm like dying. All right, squad. So we have past, present, and we have future. Okay. All right, y'all. So the energy that we have here is the Four of Cups in the reverse. So this is all going to be about an offer that's accepted, okay? Or something that you just regularly accept in life, something that you're just coming to terms with, okay? Behind that, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So there is some sort of fallout, whether it's you leaving a job or you dropping a friend, maybe leaving a relationship. But if there is any sort of pain or sense of rejection here, it's like, it subsides very quickly, okay? So there's something that's being accepted, some sort of fallout, but I don't see anyone necessarily being too heavily hurt by it, okay, in the situation. But it could have been because some sort of manipulation was exposed, okay? Maybe you're realizing that there was something that was blocking a blessing for you, okay? So let's talk about it, guys. So in the past, the first card that we have is the Four of Wands, all right? So with the Four of Wands here, this is going to be you guys, being in a very stable place. This is a card about stability. This is a card about structure, okay? This is a card about having a solid foundation somewhere. Why is this Four of Wands here? We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Star card, okay? So it's like you're trying to really find balance, but you have that foundation there. And with the Star card here, this is a card about wish fulfillment, getting something that you really, really want. Now, with the energy now, we have the High Priestess and we have the Tower card and the World card in the reverse. So maybe some sort of situation that kind of needed to be closed out, but there's a big change in regards to it. And whatever this was, you're just very in tune with it, even if you didn't have like solid proof of something that was going on. This is you still knowing in your heart about, just a situation. So I feel here that you just really want stability in something, especially if it's something that you strongly desire and you're trying to find balance in it, and it's like you're actively looking for a way to keep it balanced, okay? Now we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, so that could be guardedness coming from you or from another person. It could be someone just being very reserved about their money as well, or maybe just tight with their money, okay? Why is this Four of Pentacles here? We have the Justice card. Let's pull one more. And we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. someone I feel here is being reserved, either when it comes to letting something from, how do I want to say this? What I feel mainly is that there's someone here who's being reserved about something from their past coming back in. It's like you want to protect yourself, and you're not even letting something go out of, animosity, or in like an abrupt, or like, harsh sort of way. It's just saying, okay, this is not for me. Let me reserve myself from here. For a lot of you, this could have been something that was karmic, okay, with that Justice card. So here, I just feel like you're protecting yourself from something. Maybe it's a bad habit. Maybe it's, a person specifically. Maybe it's a job or a situation that you don't want to go back to. Okay. And you're happy. You're happy about this with the Nine of Cups. So this is a card about satisfaction, fulfillment. Why is this Nine of Cups here? We have the Queen of Swords. So that could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but we'll talk about that in a moment. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So it's like you're very, very happy to be building something. For some of you, it could be with the Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini that you're building with. For others of you, it's like you're happy with what you're building, and you're taking a very logical approach to it, where you're really going to be focused, and you're really going to keep your mind on how do I get from the starting point to the finish line. Okay, so just being very happy that you're building something, letting go of bad habits, or things from the past that just aren't working for you, and knowing what you kind of have to guard yourself against at this point. So I really see you guys being in a place where you know what it is that you want in a situation, and there's something that I feel you appreciate a lot, enough to the extent that you're willing to compromise for it, but in a way that it leaves everything balanced. Okay, so I see this as you guys really just wanting to make sure a situation is good, and enduring any sort of adversity that you need to ensure that something is going to be in your life for a good long while. For some of you, maybe that's a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Okay, or maybe this could be in regards to something you're passionate about, a dream that you have. Okay, maybe an entrepreneurial venture as well. So right now, guys, in the present moment, the first card that we have is the Judgment card upright. So really looking at a situation and knowing that you have to make a call on this. It's like, when you're kind of at the final straw of something, and you have to determine, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? Like, what is this? Why is this Judgment card here? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. And we have the Chariot in the reverse. So you're deciding that there's something that you just kind of have to remove yourself from. Maybe an offer that isn't solid. But whatever this is, you know that it's not within your control. So you're just really, and it's not so much that this has to be something chaotic or, just super crazy. It's just the fact that you're realizing that there's certain things that you can't control in your life. I don't feel like this is anything too heavy, because here's the center of your reading. All right, 10 of Cups. So every card is linked to this middle card right here. So despite knowing that something isn't good, or something isn't solid, or is just not working for you, it's like being okay with that. I feel like there's a lot of detachment to ego here. Okay, just going with the flow of something. Okay, it was funny because I was I'm sure a lot of you know about, Nipsey, rest in peace, but I wasn't really familiar with who he was, more so just hearing about his passing. And there was this quote, and I feel like this is something that Taurus specifically we need to hear, that you cannot possess people. You can only experience them. And for Taurus, I feel like that hits so hard, because we are very possessive people. We are very territorial people when it comes to friendships, when it comes to, especially to lovers, oh my God. But I feel like whatever this is, whether it's love, or whether it's just where you are in life, or just realizing that people around you are different, it's like you're okay that you're not always going to be in control of everything, and that you can still be happy despite that. So I really just feel like your attitude is very light with something, okay? Very mature in a sense with something, okay? Maybe you know that there's something that just can't move forward, but it's again, you're okay with it. So let's see, why is this 10 of Cups here? We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, oh, sorry, I thought my computer died. Good, I'm so glad it didn't. All right, so for some of you, specifically if we're talking about people, there could be a fire sign and a water sign involved here. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. But with whatever it is that's happening, there's just so much passion here. There's, you know, if I had to describe this, like, you know, if this is something that describes you guys, rather, I would say that you're having a very light and loving approach towards something where you will seem very charismatic, where you were seem very, you know, easily liked in a situation. And just with the Queen of Wands, that's someone who exudes power, you know, when they walk into a room. It's not the type of person that has to ask you to respect them. It's just their energy lets you know that this is a person worth respecting. Although we should respect everybody, but you know, there's just a very, very strong energy of something new that's coming in, and a strong sense of happiness, a lot of creation, a lot of passion coming in here. Okay, now we do have the Strength card in the reverse as the next card and the last card for your present moment. So there could be something that's kind of debilitating to you, whether it's, you know, sickness or something that emotionally just throws you off in a negative way. But this could also be when we put a lot of effort into something that doesn't deserve that effort as well. Okay, so let's see why this is here. We have the King of Swords and the Sun card in the reverse. Honestly, I see a lot of focus. For some of you, this could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini that's in your life, but I see you knowing what debilitates you, knowing what blocks blessings for you, and being firm against it, knowing what to allow in your life and knowing what shouldn't be there, things that you kind of have to just kind of push through. All right, so I see a huge shift here, honestly. I see you guys, you know, just being in a place where you don't want to fight so much for certain things, okay, in regards to who you want to be and the things that you want to do. It's like you're just finding a way to coexist, okay, with the people around you, with the energies around you, and not bring unnecessary bullshit in. Again, there's something that your soul is working on here, okay. Is it a new love situation that you want to last? Is it you know, a new job that you're starting, a new business that you're starting? Something is starting here, and there's really good energies around it, and it really has the potential for longevity. Okay, now moving forward into the future, guys, the first card that we have, Nine of Swords in the reverse. So if there's anything you're anxious over, anything you were losing sleep over, you're not worried about it anymore. Okay, why is this Nine of Swords here? We have the Eight of Cups, so something that you walk away from, or something that you move away from. It could be you leaving your hometown, it could be you leaving a person, and you have the King of Wands. So this could have been, this could be rather a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius that you walk away from. For some of you, maybe this person did walk away, or maybe you walked away from them, but it's something that is no longer of your concern at this point, okay? But it's like you move away from it because there's too much imbalance here. Okay, but there's definitely a person that you may stop talking to, or something that you just stop putting effort into with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Maybe someone stops talking to you guys. We have the High Priestess, so knowing that you need to let something go, knowing that you have to stop putting effort into something. But again, it's like with whatever it is that you lose here, you're not worried about it. And it's weird because I've been reading myself as well lately, although like I'm actually like opposed to reading myself, and it's very similar cards were coming up where it's just like you know, and I was even talking to a friend about this last night. I'm like, what sort of situation can you lose something that is very difficult for you, but at the same time it's like there's some sort of victory, there's some sort of you know, there's this triumph, at the same time it doesn't hurt you as much, but there's still something that's being let go of. So I really just see that theme, not just for, you know, this reading for Taurus, but in the other readings I have done. So just astrologically, there's something in the air where there's going to be some sort of transition where something is let go of and something's picked up. But with whatever is being picked up, it doesn't allow you to dwell too much on what's been let go. Okay, so that's a good thing. All right, because I know for, especially for us Tauruses, change can be hard, especially if it's a very abrupt change. We like to gradually change things, you know. So the last card that we have here is the Hierophant in the reverse. I mean the Hierophant upright. Now my favorite card here, it really shows that with whatever's happening in your life, you're in alignment with yourself, with your higher self, with understanding yourself. Now with the energy here, if there's some sort of third party situation in love, or if there was something that maybe was depressing you, or a group of friends or people that you just had to move away from, I see you finally moving past that. Okay, let's see why this Hierophant is here. And this is a card that represents Taurus as well. We have the Moon card in the reverse. Clarity, awakening. Okay, Seven of Swords. So if there's anything you weren't aware of, whether it was secrets, whether it was how the spiritual world works, whether it was tapping into yourself, okay, it's like you do that at this point. You move past something that you were stuck on, okay? So if there's anything that you've been having a hard time kind of just like letting go, not only do I see that happening, but I see something very good coming in its place, okay? But yeah, definitely a lot of awakeness that's coming in for you guys. For me, I'm part of this too. So let's see. I'm going to pull you guys 3 cards of advice. Or pull us 3 cards of advice. And then I will pull an oracle card and let's see what's up. Let's pull an oracle card. Now, guys, this deck that I was using is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And then the oracle cards is Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti, okay? So let's see what we need to hear, squad. And guys, if anyone from Chicago needs a reading, I think I'm going to read on Friday and Saturday. I'll put like maybe 3 to 6 hours to the side. Just email me, highvibrations44@gmail.com, okay? Now, I love this card. This is honestly my favorite card in all of this. But for anyone into numerology, number 16. So let me read what this talks about. Okay. Distance, isolation, and perspective. Physical distance or emotional detachment serve to give us a greater comprehensive view. Distance may also provide a clearer overall perspective than a close-up would. From this vantage point, we can often get the big picture and reach different conclusions. A solitary woman strolls a desolate beach, her isolation providing a point of reflection. Distanced from the influence of others, there is a scene of personal contemplation. The floating monoliths provide perspective and suggest the distances with greater emphasis than would an empty sky. Perhaps representing issues in her life, their distance reinforcing her isolation, but may also provide her with the perspective and clarity of vision that she is seeking. We need to strike a balance when assessing a situation. Are we too closely involved, or should we step back? And I think that's what it is. And I'm just proud of you guys, because with Tauruses, we can be tough cookies when it comes to wanting to control things. It's like we want to control everything in life without being controlled at the same time. So it's like we live in like this paradox, per se. But it's very clear that there's a situation that I feel like you guys are really just going to take a step back, and you're just looking at it through a different lens. And because you choose to look at it from a different lens, you're really able to make wise and smart choices about whatever this is. Okay, so I really feel that you guys are kind of taking a step back from a problem, and it's like, okay, let me look at this from an outside view or from a stranger's perspective, and would I look at this differently? And sometimes that could be hard, especially if we're very like emotionally invested in something. But I feel like the best way to do this, especially if that's hard for you to like detach yourself from being so involved in something, think of a person in your life that you love a lot, okay? Someone that you would never want anything bad to happen to. And, especially if this is not a person that you're dealing with, if this is talking about a person, okay, that you could be dealing with. But aside from the problem itself or whatever it is that you have to detach yourself from, think of a person, okay? If this person was in that same exact scenario, what advice would you give them? Okay, if it was something that you were completely detached from. And I feel like that's the easiest way to really advise ourselves on what's the best. Okay, whether it's relationships issues or a job that you have to let go of or someone that you need to drop in your life, what would you advise that person that you love so much to do if they were in your shoes? Okay, so that's the best way for me to look at things. Now with the energy here, we have the Devil card in the reverse, releasing toxic habits, whether it's bad people, bad habits, just too much of something that can derail us, okay, in a negative way. Knowing that we have to go into hermit mode when it comes to an illusion or a smoke screen that we have in our life and having to be strong through it. Okay, let me clarify these three cards. Why is the Hermit card here? Let's see if I can shuffle. Here we go. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay. So you're really just being guarded against something that's unstable. And it's like you're going to be strong when you're realizing that something may not go the way that you expected it to. But again, I feel that whatever it is that's not going to work out in the way that you thought it would, I think the anxiety in regards of how it could go wrong is going to be worse than if things don't happen in that way, when they actually do not happen in that way. I hope that makes sense by saying that. So basically, that the anticipation of what may happen may stress you out more than when something actually does happen, okay? So don't drive yourselves too crazy, I really feel like the universe is looking out for you right now and putting you in the direction that you guys have to go in. But there's just going to have to be things that you release. And even if you feel now that it may be hard to release it, I feel that something's going to occur that it's like, okay, well, this wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad as I was, anticipating. So I really feel that you come out in a very strong way. But again, that sense of knowing that we can't control everything. I'm sorry, squad, we can't control everything. I would love to be able to control the world if I could, but yeah, there's just something that can't be controlled, but you guys are okay with that, okay? So I see this as good. I see this as eye-opening. I see this as you guys just really being woke in a situation. All right, so I will be back with some more readings soon, squad. And yes, I love y'all. High Vibrations 44 on my Instagram. If you guys need a personal reading, highvibrationswithliz.com. All of this is in the description below. I do offer 30-minute readings. I do have emergency readings as well if you guys need to get a hold of me fast. And then I offer quick questions as well for anyone that either can't afford the personal reading or you just need a quick question answered. So if you want to ask, Lissette, should I date this person, or would I be happy in a year if I took this job, things like that, you can ask me. I'll send you back a 1 to 2 minute video just with your answer. I'll pull cards, you'll see what I pull, and we'll talk about it. All right, y'all? So I love you guys, and again, everything is in the description if you need it. Take care, guys.